Hello, my fellow handicappers. This is Weekend Handicapper from weekendhandicapper.com. Well. Old Maximum Security lost at Santa Anita in the Awesome Again Stakes. Finally, first loss in 6 races, so it happens to the best of them. Got beat by its stablemate, Improbable, both trained by Bob Baffert, so the finish was 1-2, Bob Baffert in a Southern California stakes race. What else is new? Just the same old, same old. But this is interesting. Here's why. Maximum Security was the heavy favorite, 1-2, I think. Improbable, I think, was 9-5, I think, maybe 8-5 at post time, somewhere around there. But it's interesting because these storylines are shaping up for the 2020 Breeders' Cup Classic. Both of these horses, if all goes well, they should be racing in the Breeders' Cup Classic at Keeneland in early November. But then you got Tiz the Law should be there. Then these horses hopefully come out well with the Preakness. Horses such as Authentic, the Kentucky Derby winner, Art Collector. So this Breeders' Cup Classic is shaping up really well, very intriguing. It's not a done deal because, I'm sure many handicappers and horse racing fans just thought it was a given that Maximum Security would win and just go into the Breeders' Cup, probably be the favorite, I'm sure. But then you're going to face Tiz the Law. But things shook up a little bit. So, do you give up on Maximum Security, or do you have faith in the horse, a very talented, proven horse that won the Kentucky Derby for like 20 minutes until it was DQ'd? But do you give up on Maximum Security? We just had this discussion in a previous video of mine with Tiz the Law. Tiz the Law got beaten in the Kentucky Derby. Should you forget about Tiz the Law now and think, okay, no more of Tiz the Law, let's look elsewhere? Or do you give the horse another chance? Tiz the Law is a 3-year-old. Maximum Security is an older horse, 4-year-old probably. I would think he's still 4 years old. So this is becoming very intriguing storylines. Now, the pace was fast. Did Maximum Security lose as a result of that fast pace? Because Improbable, if you watch the video, which I'll put in the link in the description below, if you watch the video, Improbable was off the pace, just it set up pretty well for it. But it won by like 5 lengths, so it was very impressive, not to take anything away from Tiz the Law. So the Breeders' Cup Classic is shaping up really good. So what I'd like to hear from you is, are you still going to bet Maximum Security? Should you continue betting on it? Or, as Bob Baffert said, Improbable is maturing, is more mature now and probably coming into its own. Now, speaking of Bob Baffert in quotes, I got a good one for you. I'd love to know what you think about this. So after the race, here's what Bob Baffert said about Maximum Security. Quote, "He fended off the speed, but the next one is the big one." That's key. The next one is the big one. What he's saying is the next race, the Breeders' Cup Classic, is the big one. But today was all about Improbable. So is Mr. Baffert saying, look, this was just a tune-up for the Breeders' Cup Classic. Maximum Security, he's been gunning, he's been eyeing, we're training up for the Breeders' Cup Classic, which in terms of prestige, it's hard to top the Breeders' Cup Classic, and that, all those champions in one race. So again, quote, "He fended off the speed," then he succumbed to the speed with his stablemate Improbable, but he fended off the speed, but the next one is the big one. But today was all about Improbable. So you can look at it several ways. How I interpret it is he was like, win or lose this one, we don't really care because we're training, we're preparing for the big one in November at Keeneland, the Breeders' Cup Classic. Or you could be like, Maximum Security lost again, just like any other horse would. If you got caught up in the speed duel, I say this in these videos all the time, I don't care who you are, unless you're a super horse, you get caught up in a lot of early speed, it sets up for those closers, which kind of happened yesterday. But take nothing away from Improbable. So here's another suggestion or something to ponder for you. Improbable was the 2019 Kentucky Derby post-time favorite. I think it finished 5th, but it was the favorite. So is Improbable finally becoming that horse that many of us thought that Improbable would become? Just takes a while for some horses. Just because I think a lot of people put too much emphasis on how well a horse peaks early on in their 3-year-old season, their campaign, so around Derby time. That doesn't, look, there's been plenty of great horses that didn't win the Kentucky Derby that went on to have stellar careers. So could Improbable be that kind of a horse? Finally, he's getting his act together. He's doing okay from the starting gate. Maybe that's it. So that's another great storyline. That's why I'm so excited for the Preakness to be ran and see how well those horses do, but especially excited for the Breeders' Cup Classic. Because you got Maximum Security trying to get revenge. Tiz the Law trying to get revenge. Improbable, now that it's running well, can it keep it up? And then we'll see what happens after the Preakness, but maybe Authentic is going to be rolling in after the Kentucky Derby win and Preakness win. Or Art Collector. Now that hopefully our Art Collector's healthy, that could hold some potential. There's just so many storylines, like there usually is at Breeders' Cup, but this is especially intriguing. You got some horses with the whole nature of the Triple Crown being later, the Derby being in September, Preakness in October. It's so much closer to the November Breeders' Cup. There's just so many wonderful storylines and hopefully good betting opportunities for us handicappers and horse players. So I'd love to hear what you thought about Maximum Security getting beat. Is it a big deal? Or as that quote that I read you a couple times from Bob Baffert, maybe it's not a big deal. Maybe that was if it won the Awesome Again Stakes, so be it. But we don't really care because we're planning for the big one in November at Keeneland, the Breeders' Cup Classic. I'd love to hear what you have to say about Maximum Security losing and Improbable winning. And who do you like? I know it's super early. We got plenty of time with other things that still need to shake out for the Breeders' Cup Classic. But are you still a Maximum Security fan? Do you still plan on betting Maximum Security? Or are you on the Improbable bandwagon? We just had this with the Kentucky Derby. Did Tiz the Law, since Tiz the Law lost, are you done with that horse? Or are you willing to give it another chance against a lot better competition overall in the Breeders' Cup Classic? Or are you Team Authentic now since it won the Kentucky Derby? And we'll see if that horse can win the Preakness. I'd love to hear what you have to say. I'd love to hear your thoughts on the Awesome Again, I'll put the link in the description below of the race. You got an interview with Bob Baffert you could check out before they leave the gate and watch the race run. And then I'd love to hear your thoughts and whether or not Maximum Security you're still a fan of and still plan on betting, or you're looking elsewhere. Because we got a lot of intriguing storylines shaking out for the 2020 Breeders' Cup Classic. So I'm the Weekend Handicapper from weekendhandicapper.com. If you like this video, go ahead and hit that like button, that subscribe button if you want to learn how to bet on horses and make money betting on horses, and that notification bell so you get all the latest tips, tools, and resources to help you win money on thoroughbred horse races. All right, until next time, happy handicapping and smart wagering.